This is where we left off from our last video. This EDI file is to be sent to trading partner A, and this one to trading partner B. Now let's check their AS2 settings. I'll start with trading partner A. This section here is the AS2 settings. And this is the address where the AS2 message will be sent, which is this server that I'm showing you via remote desktop. On this server is the same FrediApp program, but the configuration is reversed. If we check its company information, this server's company name is Trading Partner A. Now, its AS2 ID must match with what we have for it. Which it does. And the certificate subject name must also be the same. And it is. If we check the server's trading partners information, we should be on the list. And we are. Let me bring up our company information. Our AS2 ID and certificate must be the same with that on the server. And it is. Okay, all is good. For trading partner B, I'll keep this bogus target URL to simulate a failed AS2 transmission. Let's go ahead and build the AS2 client. Here's the executable. Now before I click this button, let me bring up the server so that we can see if the EDI file is actually received. Let me check the configuration first to see where the EDI file is received. Okay, it will be received in the demo testco subfolder of the inbound folder. So this is where we should see the received EDI file. So remember, one file will get successfully sent and another should fail. Let me click the send button now. Okay, so one file was successfully sent, another failed because there was an internet connection, and here is the EDI file that was sent. If I view it with an editor, it's the EDI file that was for trading partner A. Let's check our folders. In the outbound folder, all files have been processed. We have one file in the sent folder. It's the one for trading partner A. In the sent failed folder, we have the file for trading partner B, and we know why it failed. In the AS2 output folder, here's a copy of the AS2 message that was sent. This is for trading partner A from demo test co. The garbled section here is the encrypted EDI file. And this is the MDN file to acknowledge the receipt of the AS2 message that we had sent. This says trading partner A received the AS2 message with ID 10001 of demotestco.com. Now let's view its source code. In the app config are its settings. The AS2 client will use the settings from this EDIDB database. If they are not set, then it will use the settings here in the configuration file. One thing important to note is this run on server setting. If this application is being run on a server, then set this value to true. Otherwise, keep it false. This is the AS2 client class. In here, the AS2 client settings are initialized with the values in the app config when the class is instantiated. In the send method, the settings are overridden with the values in the database. This is where it gets the next available message ID number for the AS2 message it will create. Then in this section, this is where the AS2 message is prepared and created. Basically, where the EDI file is encrypted and signed and contained in an AS2 message. This is the section where it gets sent. This is the section where the MDN is read. An MDN is an acknowledgement of the AS2 message you sent. It will tell you if your message was received or not, and if there were any errors. Now let's have a look at the AS2 server. The AS2 server is for receiving AS2 messages. This is an ASP.NET application and would have to be published to an IIS server. In our example, we have it under the site AS2 server TPAX12. the FrediApp solution would also have to be deployed to the server. Then in the web config file, you would point to the folder of the FrediApp program. Now let's take a look at its source code. This is where the AS2 message is being received as a stream and converted to a file. And this is the procedure that extracts the EDI file from the AS2 message file and sends back an MDN. This is where to tell the server to find your security certificate. This is where the decoding and authentication happens. This is the section where the EDI file is extracted from the AS2 message. This is the section where an MDN is created and sent. Asynchronous means sending the MDN on a different connection. Not many companies use this method. This section sends the MDN synchronously, meaning the MDN is sent on the same connection that the AS2 message was received. Now let's move on to processing inbound EDI files.